Good everybody, it's a guy here, the unknown, and today I want us to look at something very important and easy at the same time, which is the most explosive trading strategy for indices. It's one of the most easiest trading strategies you can ever find, and it's easy and simple. Okay, so guys, with this strategy we have 5 criteria. The first criteria is to identify trade volume before the session. The second criteria is to wait for the equity opening time, which is 9:30 US time and 3:30 South African time. You can convert to your own time zone. And then the third criteria is to identify trade volume during the session. This is the most important part and it confuses a lot of people, so I'm gonna try to clarify a lot of things that I see people getting confused on. And then the fourth criteria is actually to wait for the engulfing candle that breaks out of the trap pattern. Okay, and that's what I call the evidence candle. Then we execute and target 50 pips. These are indices and the indices are explosive. 50 pips shouldn't be a struggle. Okay, so guys, look at this. These are 2 trades that I took yesterday. First of all, I took Nasdaq. Okay, I took Nasdaq. However, I closed it before it hit my take profit because I came back after an hour and it hadn't hit my take profit. I always say if your take profit is not hit within 30 minutes, close that trade. Okay, so for me, I took it and I went out. When I came back after an hour, I realized that no, they haven't hit my take profit, so I closed it because that tells you that they have some other plans. Indices are explosive, and once all your criteria have been met, they should explode. So if they don't explode, obviously they have other plans. Okay, so that's why I closed it. It was in little bit profits, but I closed it not because of emotions, but because this is my daily practice. Okay, if my take profit is not hit within 30 minutes, I just want to close that trade. Okay, and then I also took US 30, as you can see right here. I took 2 positions. They gave a beautiful pattern here and they broke out with an engulfing candle. So guys, we wait for the pattern. This is important. We don't know what they're gonna do. Okay, so when they give us a pattern, they surely tell us that they've been busy trapping or sending people to the upside. At the moment they break out with an engulfing candle, okay, not any breakout, people, this is important. I'm not talking about any breakout. I'm talking about a breakout with the huge candle. Why? Because everybody who took the opposite direction is in immediate losses when this candle closes. As you can see, I took it on the next candle. Reason being, by the time I punched in everything, this other candle had already opened because it's a 1 minute time frame anyway. Okay, so I told you I take it after the break of the huge candle. Okay, and then yes, I took it here. They went down and pulled back. I told you when they pull back, I love it. Why? Because they give me another opportunity to scale in. As you can see, I took another entry here and both these positions were targeting 50 pips. I told you 50 pips, 50 pips, 50 pips. Okay, if you want to target more, you can do what I did here, and one position can actually target more, but for me, I'm enough with 50 pips. Okay, because this is a daily thing. Okay, I then closed it after here. Okay, I closed it and went out of the screen. Okay, and then came back after an hour, and then that's when I found my take profit hit, and that's when I found with Nasdaq, like it was still playing around, so I closed Nasdaq. Okay, and for US 30, my take profit was hit with 2 positions. So let me tell you the good thing about this is 50 pips. It's easy to hit, it's quick to hit, stress free. Okay, and when I open 2 positions, now this becomes 100 pips. Okay, so some people are targeting 100 pips, and most of the days you're not gonna get that 100 pips, but you are gonna get 50 pips, because once they're trapped, they are gonna go at least 50 pips to punish the guys who are trapped. Okay, so for me, it's not about the number of pips, it's about the quality of the trade. Did every criteria uh, play out as anticipated? If yes, that's a quality trade and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so as you can see, this is where I took all my positions yesterday. Unfortunately, I went out. Had I not gone out, I would have entered another position here on this engulfing candle, so it would have been 3 positions. Okay, it would have been 3 positions, and when they pull back again like this, I would have entered another position here, so there would have actually been 4 positions, and all these 4 positions we're gonna take profit on the first move down, because I want my TP to be hit on the first move down, and my stop loss is inside. Okay, my stop loss is inside. It was above this candle, just above this candle, because I want it inside. Okay, so guys, let's go to the charts, and I want to show you something very important. Okay, okay, so if you look here, I want to show you something, guys. I've realized that people are able to identify trap volume before the session, people are able to wait for the equity opening time. Okay, however, people are getting confused here. Look at this carefully. Look at this carefully. If it's a rectangle, it's my favorite pattern, right? I always say this, I love rectangles. Okay, so I'm just going to show you something regarding the patterns, which is crucial. Okay, let me just duplicate this one. Okay, control D is fine. I'll just duplicate it. Okay, oh, sorry. Okay, yes, and then I'll pull it. So guys, if it's a rectangle, sorry for the errors, it's still fine. Okay, I hope you'll understand. So let's use the red color. If Okay, let me just make it a little bit thicker so that it becomes more visible. So if prices are playing inside here, okay, I don't really care which side they're gonna break out of. Okay, however, one thing I care about is the type of candle that breaks out. Good people, look at this. You see this is an engulfing candle. This is a huge candle that is breaking out of this. Okay, this is a huge candle, it's not just a small candle. Okay, when it breaks out, this is what I execute. Okay, this is what I am looking for. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. That's where I'm going to take my first position, and this is where I'm literally going to put my stop loss, or I can put it above this candle. Okay, my stop loss, I usually love 15 to 25 pips. Okay, sometimes I do take 10 pips. It depends on the candle that broke out. Okay, I want them inside, or I can even put them above this candle. Okay, but if they are gonna pull back, if stops are here, they're gonna close you. So I just want to put them roughly 15 pips inside. Okay, so let me show you something very important here. Oh, and by the way, okay, I'm left with 10 minutes before the equity opening time, and today we have news. Okay, today we have news at around 4 p.m. South African time. This should be 10 o'clock US time. We have news, so I don't want to enter before the news. Okay, that's why I still have time, and I'm using my time to record. And I told you I love this strategy because you have all the time to yourself. You have free time. Okay, you only come when the equity is actually opening, and that's when you start looking for the trade. However, if you have news, I always want to wait for the news to actually trade, and then the impact goes away. That's when I know I'm gonna find another opportunity. If there's no opportunity on the day, it's fine for me, I can skip a day. Okay, it's not compulsory, it's not actually a force to trade every day. Okay, it's not a force to trade every day. So you see, this is what I execute: a breakout, a real breakout. And here's a mistake people make, and this is quite common. Look at this. Okay, please pay close attention to what I'm showing you, because you're gonna make this mistake and you're gonna come back and complain. Okay, I don't really care which side it breaks out, as they're playing like this. Okay, building up a rectangle. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set an alert here, and I'm gonna set an alert here. How do you know it's a rectangle? Okay, when prices are playing out and you are observing them, you realize that there's a point whereby they're gonna hit either this level and repeat it. Okay, hit this level here, repeat it here, and repeat it here. That's when you realize that, oh, this is now a rectangle. They are building a pattern. If you see them just trending like this, simply there's nothing there for you. Okay, you just observe them up until a point whereby you see they're building a pattern. If they don't build a pattern, then you have nothing, because that's part of our criteria. If you don't see trend volume, you do nothing. Okay, so that's highly important. Okay, that's highly important. So once you've realized that at some point they are hitting a level and repeating it, that's when you can see the type of pattern they are building. This is a rectangle, right? Yes, of course. So there's a mistake that people make. Sometimes they will do this. Okay, and then of course break out with a very huge candle, maybe a fast candle. Okay, maybe a very fast candle which is huge, and people tend to actually execute here. This is what people do. I don't know why people do this, because I told you to be patient. Okay, people execute here. Okay, but here's what actually ends up happening. Okay, I'm gonna erase this one. Okay, because you saw it was an engulfing candle, right? Yes, but now I want to show you what happens. People don't wait for the candle to close, so this candle end up closing as a pin. You see, you executed because it was an engulfing candle, but at the end, let's say when there was 15 seconds left, 15 seconds, they came back and closed as what? As a pin, and then you lose this kind of execution. Maybe they just turn the tables, and now they go and break on the other side with what we call engulfing candle that actually now closes as an engulfing candle. And now you're gonna come and complain and say, oh, this thing doesn't work, this thing doesn't work, this thing doesn't work. No, it's not that this thing doesn't work. It's actually the fact that you executed before the candle closed. You executed before the candle closed. If you look at the example that I gave you, one thing you realize is that I didn't just execute on this candle. Actually, my execution was late. It was on the next candle. Why? Because I waited for the candle to close. Okay, I could have executed it early, but I am not sure as to what they're gonna do. And their common practice most of the day is they'll end up closing as a pin. If they end up closing as a pin and they hit you, then the problem is with you. Okay, you entered before the candle closed. Okay, you entered before the candle closed. Let's go back to my example. I want to show you something interesting. Look at this. You see, this is the candle, but my entry was delayed here. Why? Because by the time I punched in, this is a 1 minute chart. The next candle just did this, okay? But I wanted to enter here. However, I have to wait for that candle to close, okay? I have to wait for the candle to close. Hence, my order got fulfilled on the next candle. Because this candle could have closed as a pin and I would have lost, okay? I would have lost. You don't even know. Look at this candle. This candle was an engulfing candle, but it closed back inside. And what happened? Had I executed on this candle immediately when it was an engulfing candle going down, what could have happened? I would have put my stops above this candle, right? Yes. And what would have happened? This candle over here would have closed me. Okay, so guys, always wait for the candle to close. Or if you want to enter early, wait until you have 1 second left or 2 seconds left. Okay, that's when you can execute. But if you're gonna execute whilst you still have roughly 30 seconds, 15 seconds, that's mostly gonna be a recipe for a danger. Okay, you can see on this image here, and that's why most people are getting it wrong. People are trying to execute before the candle close. What are you rushing for? What are you rushing for? Just look at this trade. There's still more pips down here. There's still more pips. Actually, this trade ended up going down and down and down and down. Okay, so what are you rushing for? You're gonna get your pips. Just relax. If you're trying to actually execute early so that you get more pips, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because you don't have a clear sign to show that, okay, now this is the green light, you can go. Why would you just want to jump the gun simply to make more pips? It's not a matter of pips, it's a matter of the quality. Remember this, it's not about the number of pips. When you start relying or start trying to get more pips out of the move, that's when you're gonna get most of the things wrong, because that's how they want you to think. It's about the quality. Just look, I left a lot of pips because this ended up going maybe ×2 this move. Okay, so it's not about the pips. It's not about the pips. I could have opened one position and target 100 pips, but that's not what I want, because I know that most of the days, the moment you start targeting more pips, that's when you're gonna lose most of the time. They will go in your way and then come back and close you. Okay, so guys, for me 50 pips is enough. And still, there's always a lot of pips. Just take what makes sense to you. Don't try to jump in early. People are doing this and they are jumping in early. People are jumping in here, people are jumping in here. For what? For what? Look at this candle. It was a huge engulfing candle, but it closed as a pin. Had I taken this one would have closed me, and then again I would have came and taken this one, and this one would have closed me. So I would have lost 2 trades already. And by the time this one closes outside, I would have been maybe bitter, I would have been angry, I would have been like, I wouldn't trust it anymore because I already lost 2. Just try to be patient, because if you're chasing candles, look at this one again. They went up and surely they came back when there was roughly 15 seconds left. Okay, and that's when they engulfed. So for people who fell for this move, I don't understand why. Why do you want to get more pips out of the move when there's always a lot of pips? Every day there is a surplus of pips. Take what you can and get off the screen. Okay, take something that you'll get tomorrow, you'll get the day after tomorrow. Okay, hence I said 50 pips, because I know almost every day when I get the pattern, they will go at least 50 pips. Okay, so guys, this is important. This is highly important. People don't want to wait. People want to execute this, and that's the biggest mistake people are making. Okay, and it's costing a lot of people. So guys, please don't complain to me if still you are doing that. If you are gonna jump and take a candle that closes as a pin, Obviously, you did not wait for the evidence candle. How can it be an evidence candle if it closed as a pin? How on earth can it be an evidence candle if it closed as a pin? An evidence candle is supposed to be tangible evidence. It's evidence that you see that something has happened. Okay, evidence is something that shows what has happened. Okay, when you have evidence, you have tangible proof. Okay, so this is proof that now they are going down, and that's what we are waiting for. This is not proof at all. This is you jumping the gun. This is you paying falling for FOMO, fear of missing out. You're just simply scared of missing out, hence you want to execute before the candle closes. My trade was executed on the next candle. Why? Because I had to wait for this one to close. The same applies to Nasdaq. If you look at Nasdaq, you see my trade wasn't executed on this candle. Actually, it was executed on this one. You see why? Because I always wait for the candle to close. It can come back and end up as a pin. Okay, the only candle I took before it closes was this one. And why did I take it before it closes? It's because I measured here. I put a line here and I set my alert. The moment it comes down and exceeds the body of this level here, that's when I want to execute, because already I have my evidence candle. This move is showing me that it's going down. Okay, so I'm not rushing to get as many pips as I can. No, get what you want, get what you're looking for. Okay, so that's highly important. Okay, so guys, when you are looking for the patterns, be patient. I actually call this area here the avoid zone. Okay, avoid this part. Okay, avoid this part. You don't want to be trapped inside here. Avoid this at all costs. Wait for them to break, because once they break, they are gonna punish everybody inside this, and they are gonna go at least 50 pips. Okay, so guys, please be patient. Please be patient. And let me tell you something that people are scared of. Okay, guys, you can lose this trade. Okay, I can simply lose. Even the one I took yesterday, I could have lost it. They could have retracted and closed back inside. Okay, that's why we have win rates. Okay, if my win rate is 60%, that simply means out of 100, I'm going to win 60 trade and lose 40. So if they come back, I'm accounting for this 60% is accounting for days when they will actually let me show you quite quick, because I always want to show with examples. Okay, there's no strategy that wins 100%. Okay, if you think it's there, forget. There's no strategy that wins 100%. Even the likes of George Soros, the likes of Paul Tudor Jones, the likes of Dalio, all these best guys out there, okay, they don't have a strategy that wins 100%. Okay, most of the best strategies win 60%. Okay, and that simply means they have space or room for 40 losses. As of which trade you're opening is going to be a loss, nobody knows, because we are not moving the market. So let me tell you something. If they're playing around here, something like this, something like this, something like this, and I say I'm a breakout guy, maybe they do something and they break out here, maybe it's a huge engulfing candle that broke out. Okay, that broke out. Okay, yes, it's a huge engulfing candle. So what this tells me is the fact that everybody inside here is literally at a loss immediately. Okay, because I have a win rate of roughly 60%, this tells me that out of 100, I'm gonna win how many? 60 and lose how many? 40. This is losses, this is wins. Okay, and again, my risk reward will come in handy. Okay, so when I do this, I know that people are gonna say, but sometimes they can just close you, or why don't you wait for pullbacks and stuff? Okay, yes, of course, as a breakout guy, I know my win rate. Okay, and since my win rate is around 60%, I know that this 40 losses, these 40 losses account for instances whereby they break out and meet all my criteria and end up coming back inside, because sometimes they can go up with a very big candle and immediately the next minute they are back with a very big candle, and that's when they change direction and break to the downside. Okay, so these 40 losses actually account for instances like this. Okay, so it's not a matter of doubting yourself, wanting to be sure and things like that. Okay, you need to know that there is a win rate and there are losses, there are room for losses, because obviously guys, let me show you this. Okay, let me show you this. I just want to make this video quite quick. When they break out of here, okay, one of three things is gonna happen. One of three, and unfortunately you can only account for two of these three things. Okay, you can't say I'm accounting for all these things. I'm a breakout guy. Okay, if I'm a breakout guy, one thing that can happen is they can pull back. Hence I always put my stops inside in case when they pull back. Okay, and now go. So this means I have a position here, and the moment they give me another engulfing candle that surpasses this candle here, I'm gonna open another position. So in this case I will have two positions. Okay, however, there are days when, okay, there are days when they will just do something like this. When they pull back or retrace, say my stops are here, okay, say my stops are here, they will retrace and come and close me. That's accounted for on my win rate. Okay, that's accounted for on my win rate. If they do something like this, I can just enter again. Okay, I can enter again. And another possible scenario is the fact that, okay, say maybe they are just doing this. I'll give the same kind of example, and they break out with a huge candle. Okay, the second scenario is they can just shoot up straight 50 pips, boom. Okay, and for those who are actually retracement traders, those who wait for retracement, they are not gonna get the opportunity. So guys, if you're a retracement guy, yes, you'll get your opportunities, but they're gonna be a little bit less than breakout guys. Okay, and for breakout guys, obviously, yes, there are times when they'll trade and close us. Okay, that's accounted for on the win rate. Hence I say you must decide. Okay, even on the playbook I told you, decide what kind of trader you want to be. Okay, because all these things have to be accounted for on your plan. You need to know your win rate. You need to know that everything is accounted for. If you take a loss, no worries, you have 60 wins and roughly 40 losses and a higher win rate, as I'm telling you. Okay, sometimes I actually love 15 to 25 pip stops. Okay, and let's say I'm taking 15 and I'm targeting 50, you can see that my win rate is a little bit bigger, it's a little bit higher. Okay, it's higher. And when I'm actually risking 25 for 50, this is 1:2, but most of the days I'm gonna have a higher win rate. Okay, because sometimes, yes, I can actually put 10 a stop loss of 10, but I rarely do this these days because it's too tight. But I also do this depending on the breakout sometimes. Okay, and depending on the pattern. And if I do this, that's simply 1:5. You can see the win rate is still high. So even if I lose 40 out of 60 and win 60, I'm at bigger profits at the end of the day. Because guys, honestly, it's not about the results of today, there's still tomorrow. Many people struggle understanding this. That's why they take a loss today, they're gonna enter again just to make sure today they close green. It's not about closing green. If you're taking a loss today, accept the loss, there's still tomorrow. Tomorrow you're gonna make 2 times what you lost yesterday. Okay, so you're gonna be in profit. Okay, so guys, another scenario is whereby they now pull back and reverse or pull back and start trapping more. Okay, so there are 3 possibilities when they break out, and you can't possibly account for all of this. If you want to account for all of this and you want to be sure that, oh, this trade, the trade that I'm taking is really gonna play out, you're gonna miss a lot. Because rather than entering here, what are you gonna do? You're gonna wait for the next candle, and the next candle might be the biggest, and by the time it closes, you are way too high. When you're entering here, maybe they are almost ready to reverse, and the people who have entered here are maybe 10 pips away from taking their take profit. So you can't possibly account for all these scenarios. Okay, so if you are still scared, just get rid of that fear. Why? Because you can't possibly account for all scenarios. Okay, and you have to decide what kind of guy you want to be. I chose to be a breakout guy because most of the days they're just gonna explode. If they retrace, my stop loss is inside, remember. So most of the days they're not even gonna come to my stop losses. They're gonna do something like this, just as they did yesterday, and I am actually gonna get another opportunity to enter. You see, I got another opportunity to enter when they retraced and came back and closed with an engulfing candle. Yes, they did that again. That was another opportunity for scaling in, and then another opportunity for scaling in again. So unfortunately, I closed it. I just love or enjoy closing and coming back later, so that when I come back, my TP is hit or my stop loss is hit. I just don't want to disturb it. Okay, so guys, you have to understand these things. Okay, you have to understand these things. The most important thing is going to be your win rate. Okay, it's not about the day itself, it's about the long term. This is a long term business, okay? It's not something that will just make you super wealthy in a matter of a day. If you are thinking like that, you're gonna lose a lot and you're gonna get disappointed, okay? You must be realistic, okay? So guys, I've realized that people are struggling with patterns. People are struggling with patterns. Guys, patterns are not that hard, honestly. Patterns are not that hard, okay? Because you realize there are only few patterns, okay? I've put all your patterns in your playbooks, guys. All the patterns you'll ever need, I've put them in your playbook. So you realize it's not many patterns. All you have to do is be patient until you see a pattern. If you don't see a pattern, don't trade, okay? Don't trade, okay? Preserve your capital. You don't have to lose it if you don't see anything, okay? These things are so easy. If you don't see a pattern, do nothing, okay? This is a right angle triangle, the one that I took yesterday. You realize that there's a point whereby they're hitting this line, coming down, hitting this one, coming down, hitting this line. And as you're observing, that's when you realize that, oh, they are hitting it, going downwards, going downwards, going downwards. What does that tell you? That tells you that, oh, this is a right angle triangle. If this line over here is like it's a horizontal line like this one, okay, and then they come and repeat this level, they come and repeat this level, they come and repeat this level, and then maybe they do something like this. I'm a breakout guy. And then again, I told you the mistake that people are making. People want to execute this before the candle closes. Guys, this candle can still close as a pin. Wait for it to close. Once it closes, for me, I'm a breakout guy. That's where I enter. If you are a retracement guy, you can wait for them to retrace and then now show you that they are going down, okay? And then obviously this is the safest kind of trade, because if they are gonna reverse, you are safe. However, if they are gonna go straight, you'll be left behind, okay? So just know that whether you are a retracement guy, whether you are a breakout guy, there's still an advantage and a disadvantage to whatever you choose, okay? You just have to choose what works for you, because even for me, I knew all these things before choosing to be a breakout guy, okay? So for me, I'll enter and my stops are gonna be roughly inside, preferably 15 pips. It's okay, okay, with US 30. Sometimes Nasdaq can be more volatile, and more especially if we're going to S&P 500, it's more volatile, okay? So that can be roughly 25. But guys, stops inside. If they retrace, I know most of the day, yes, they will retrace. Not most of the days, they do retrace sometimes, but not always, okay? So if they retrace, give something like this, I have a second entry, okay? So this is why I actually chose to be a breakout guy. I know retracement is safer than breakouts, but for me, I just find the advantages associated with being a breakout guy, like they are so good for me personally, okay? Because this is again a personal choice. For me, they are good because when they retrace, I get another opportunity to scale in, okay? And if they don't retrace again, I'm still in, okay? If they retrace, close me, then I still have another opportunity to take another trade. Remember, it's all about risk reward, okay? It's all about risk reward. And then I'm in for 50 pips, this one for 50 pips. So at the end of the day, if they do retrace again and give me something like this, I'm gonna enter. Why? Because I know they're still sending people up, and they're still gonna punish all of them. So at least 50 pips, and every position will take at least 50 pips, okay? So I don't care where this one takes profit, because this one takes profit, and let's say this one takes profit down here, so it's still okay with me, okay? Now I'm in 3 positions. If I'm gonna calculate the pips, it's gonna be 150 pips, okay? Very simple, very simple, very simple. At this point, maybe they go 80 pips and somebody's targeting 150 pips. I got the 150 pips because I'm not relying on the number of pips. I'm relying on the quality of the trade, and I was just targeting 50, 50, 50. So they didn't have to go all the way to 100 pips to hit my take profit. No, even if they went roughly 80, you'll find that already they've given me 150 pips, simply because I open multiple positions. And honestly, once you get used to this, it's a very enjoyable way to actually trade every day, okay? Because your take profit is going to be hit in no time, stress free. Once your take profits are hit, you are done for the day. Close the charts and go away, come back the following day, okay? So guys, okay, yes, I was looking at the time, sorry. Yes, okay, the session has opened, the US session, but I'm just waiting for the news, okay? Because I have news around here. This is Fed Chair Power Speaker, and I know that this one's like they are not controllable because they don't have a number. It's just that those people speaking and speaking and speaking. So I will see what they are willing to give. Okay, if they don't give anything, it's okay, but I'll see what they're willing to give. But obviously I'll be waiting for the same thing as I always wait for the same thing. Okay, so guys, I really appreciate you and I wish you all the best. And my alert just sounded. It's almost 10 to, and I told you that most of the days the trade is going to come maybe 10 minutes 2 o'clock, or 10 minutes after o'clock, or 10 minutes to half past, or 10 minutes after half past. So that's why I have alerts or alarms immediately at this time, so that I get alerted and I just observe the behaviors. Okay, so guys, remember, wait for the patterns to complete. If it's a head and shoulder, people do this, people tend to do this. Okay, they enter here, and then you're coming to complain. What are you thinking? You are not deciding for the market that they're going to give a head and shoulder. Guys, it's not a head and shoulder until it's a head and shoulder. Remember that. I repeat, it's not a head and shoulder until it's a head and shoulder. Okay, it's not a head and shoulder until it breaks the neckline. So if you're entering here, guys, it's on you. Honestly, don't come to me and tell me that this doesn't work. Why? Because how on earth are you entering here? Now you want to say, okay, if maybe from here you are targeting 50 pips, which is here, now you want to target all the pips here, maybe 100 pips. Who told you that this is going to be a head and shoulder? Nobody told you. What I will do when a head and shoulder is building up, I will just put shoulder, head, shoulder, and this just helps me track it. But I'm going to put my alert roughly down here, so that when it breaks out with an engulfing candle, I will be alerted. I don't care about what's happening here, because this is not a head and shoulder until it completes. Okay, so this is what I see, and this is what people send me, and people tend to complain, oh, this today I lost this trade, I lost this trade. Guys, please don't send me emails if you didn't take a complete pattern. Okay, if you didn't take, like a symmetrical triangle, it's something like this. This is where prices play, and then all of a sudden you find that they did this, and this candle closed as a pin, and somebody is sending me this, oh, I lost this one. No, you didn't lose this one. You jumped the gun. This candle closed as a pin. Why don't you wait for the candle to close, or at least wait for until there is roughly 1 second left? Okay, that's when you can execute. Okay, you are trying to get more pips, hence you are executing before they even close the candle. Most times the candles are going to close as a pin, and you're going to regret that until the time you learn that, oh, this is not the right thing to be doing. And if honestly you are journaling, you will know by yourself without complaining that you lost the trade. You will just know that you lost it because you were emotional if you were journaling. Because guys, when you journal, that's where you're going to realize the mistake. Ask yourself, did I wait for the pattern to complete? Where is the evidence candle? Then when you come to this pin, you can't call this pin an evidence candle. No ways. No ways. This is not an evidence candle because it closed as a pin. Wait for the candles to close. Okay, wait for the candles to close. This is not even supposed to be hard. Okay, this is not even supposed to be hard. Okay, just sit on your chair, observe prices. That's your job. Sit and look at prices. How are prices behaving? What pattern are they giving? Just relax. Okay, just sit and relax. That's at least your job. If you're not willing to do your job, nobody's gonna do it for you. Okay, I'm sorry I have to say this, because guys, you're sending me emails and you're taking like this and you say it was a head and shoulder. This is not a head and shoulder. It only becomes a head and shoulder when it does what? When it breaks down here. And it only becomes an evidence candle when we have a big candle breaking out here. So if you're gonna have something like this, let me show you again. If you're gonna have something like this, okay, they come down and then all of a sudden they break out with this candle. This is not an evidence candle. Okay, this is not an evidence candle. No ways is this an evidence candle. You can never call this an evidence candle. Okay, I told you, an evidence candle is a candle that when it closes, you are able to see who is trapped. Okay, you are able to say, oh, these guys who are trapped are relying on hope now. This candle should ensure that everybody is at a loss immediately. This is not an evidence candle. When I see something like this, I wait for the next candle to see what happens. Okay, and if this candle started from outside, I want my stops to be inside. That's something I do. Okay, so guys, you can't come with this a small breakout like this and say, oh, I lost this one. You lost it because this is not an evidence candle. It's not an evidence candle. You have to guess if this is a breakout or not. And since you have to guess if it's a breakout or not, that means it's not an evidence candle. no ways, it's not an evidence candle. Okay, just do things the right way. Okay, at least do things the right way. And if you're gonna send me that you lost the trade, send me things that you have done the right way, not things like this. Call this an evidence candle. No, you have to guess if this is a breakout or not, because now you realize that, oh, guys, come on, come on, come on, let's treat our trading as a business and be a little bit serious about our trading, guys. This strategy is so easy. You know exactly what to look for. But even though you know what to look for, you're not willing to look for what you know what to look for. Okay? So, guys, until you change that, nobody can change it for you. Okay, do the right thing. Why can't you just wait another minute to see the next candle, if it's going to be an evidence candle that shows you that we are going down? Remember, we only want to execute when now we are sure that they are going down. Yes, we can't be 100% sure because they can still close us, but it's fine. Even if they close us, we have a win rate. We have a win rate. We have room for losses. We have room for losses. Okay, out of 100, it's 60 wins and 40 losses. We have room for 40 losses. Okay, you're not willing to pay this price, but you want this. You're not gonna get this. Why? Because it's not gonna be a win 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 win. No, it can be a loss loss win win loss loss win win win. Okay, you don't even know which one is gonna be a win. Open it, allow it to play out, allow it to complete, and that's when you can actually uh you can actually do this. You can actually see the results of your trading. Okay, because you can't just look for wins only. Your strategy is not 100% win rate. So if it's not 100% win rate, make sure you understand that you don't have the 100% win rate. You still have room for losses. So don't be scared, because proper risk management will take you far. Don't be scared about this. Okay, because guys, I am receiving a lot of emails of people honestly, it's not like I'm trying to be like unfair, or I'm trying to be hard, or I'm trying to be, I'm not trying to do that. Okay, I'm just trying to be reasonable here. Okay, because guys, honestly, if this is a rectangle, I just want to say this again. Okay, if this is a rectangle like this, guys, you can't be sending me a trade like this where it's a pin here, okay? I've said this many times, many times. This candle went up as an engulfing candle. Yes. Do you have an engulfing candle? Do you have an evidence candle? No. But it was an evidence. Yes, it was, before it closed as a pin. The moment it closes as a pin, it changes the dynamics of the entire thing. It could be a stop hunt. Okay, maybe they came here to stop hunt everybody. Okay, it's no longer a pin. The dynamics of everything has just changed. So guys, honestly, you can't send me this. Can't you just wait a minute, just 1 minute, to see if this candle is gonna close as a pin or what, as an engulfing candle, or as a pin? Just 1 minute. Okay, just 1 minute. Had you waited just 1 minute, you could have preserved your capital. Just 1 minute. Okay, can't you wait 1 minute? One. Remember, we're executing on a 1 minute time frame. So you want to tell me that you couldn't wait for 1 minute? One, not 2 minutes, but one. You couldn't wait for 1 minute. Wow, okay, that's fine. Okay, and until you feel the pain of taking pins every time that end up coming to give the real breakout to the downside, that actually closes as a downside, and now you know that you lost the first position, you are angry because you haven't gained the confidence or the experience yet to accept losses. You're gonna feel the pain, and until that pain becomes too big, honestly, that's the only time you're gonna start waiting for the candles to close. Had you only waited 1 minute, you would have seen that this is a pin. Okay, it's not an evidence candle. Even when you send me this, guys, it's not an evidence candle. I'm sorry to voice out, but guys, I'm receiving a lot of emails like this, a lot of emails like this, a lot of emails like this. Honestly, guys, I really appreciate you. Okay, so guys, please just wait for a minute. Please, just wait for a minute. See if the candle is closing as an evidence candle or not. Okay, because people are struggling with patterns. Okay, don't take anything that doesn't have a pattern. If they're just trending, if you don't understand what's happening, don't take it. Wait for the pattern. It's going to tell you what they've been busy with, and what they are now ready to do. 50 pips is nothing. They're just going to explode 50 pips. Okay, so guys, I wish you all the best, all the best, all the best. But please do things right, because even for me, you can see I'm waiting for this candle. Imagine somebody sending me this and saying I got an evidence candle, and I lost the trade. They lost on this candle, and they're saying they got the evidence candle. But I come with mine and I show you that I got the evidence candle, and I didn't even execute on this candle. I executed on this next candle. Okay, why? Because as I was punching in, they just went like, they just retraced like this. But guys, you see, I didn't take this candle. I could have fell for this candle if I was doing that. Okay, just wait 1 minute. 1 minute can save you a lot when it comes to trading. Okay, wait for the candle to close. The worst scenario, trade when there is 1 second or 2 seconds left. I please beg you to do that. Do things the right way. Okay, do things the right way. Please do things the right way. That will spare you a lot of confusion and a lot of troubles. Okay, I wait for the evidence candle, guys. If I'm waiting and you want to optimize the number of pips, then that's your problem, because I'm showing you to wait. Okay, I'm showing you to wait. You don't want to wait. You want to get as many pips as you can. You want to enter because you are scared that this candle is going to go down. It's never going to happen. Okay, yes, sometimes they can go down like this, but there were news here. Okay, yesterday we didn't have news actually, but remember, they can do this, but most of the time they're going to do it on the opening or when we have news. Okay, if they do it, fine, wait for them to retrace. If they don't retrace, then you miss the trade. It's okay. We always miss trade anyway. Okay, we always miss trades. Okay, so guys, just wait 1 minute. Don't think, oh, they're gonna go and explode and explode. No, they're gonna hit you. Okay, every time you think they're gonna go without you, you're gonna miss. They are not in a rush. Real moves are not moves that they rush for. Okay, relax, learn to relax. Prices will always stimulate the emotions in you. That's what they want to do. Okay, just relax, sit on your hands, relax, sit on your hands, relax. Okay, sit on your hands and relax. That's what's gonna save you most of the time. Okay, wait for that minute and wait for that candle to close, and that's when you get the best trades. Okay, guys, I truly appreciate you. Have a blessed and have a beautiful trading. It's almost 2 past. I'm going to my charts right now and see what I will be able to get. I'll post this a little bit later today. Okay, so guys, I really appreciate you. Have a beautiful day today. Look for the same opportunities. If they are not there, don't trade. Okay, I really appreciate you. Thank you, guys.